Hey, what's up guys and gals, Terrorizer here. Today we have what I think is one of the most broken builds in Monster Hunter World. Seriously, this build is just absolutely savage. I was even able to solo Tempered Furious Rajang with it in the Mew is #1 quest, which is one of the hardest quests in the game, man. We're of course talking about a Spread Heavy Bowgun build. This is a build that I used a long time ago, and there's actually a lot of videos on this already, but I really wanted to recirculate it because I was looking for a build to try to solo that quest with Furious Rajang, and I just couldn't do it. And then I landed on this bad boy. Even this guy came by to admire this gun. Oh, never mind. Sorry if I dinged your head, buddy. Anyway, as I was saying, the absolute defense with the guarding and the offense, and it even comes with like a little bit of utility to boot. It's just great in single and multiplayer. And even if you aren't a fan of heavy bowgun, this build could draw you in, I think. It just has the ability to help you with so many tough fights and absolutely trivializes them at the least. Like I said before in the last video, for these build videos, I'm not going to be using like Fatalis and the strongest version of the build or whatever, so comment section, just hold your horses. I know that there's obviously a stronger build. I have a Fatalis version. I won't be showing it in this video because I want to include a base structure for the build. Because ultimately your build is going to be your build, and you're going to want to tweak it how you want. Some people run Divine Blessing Secret on this. Some people don't use guard at all or shield mod and go for ultimate offense. It's up to you, but this is going to be the base structure. So without further ado, this is the Loyal Thunder Heavy Bowgun Spread build. Starting with the helm piece, we have good old Brachydium Helm Beta Plus with Weakness Exploit. We have the Kieran Jacket Beta Plus with Critical Eye 2 and Divine Blessing 1. This can be swapped out for Kieran Jacket Alpha if you like, but it comes with a level 4 and a level 2 slot. Next we have a very niche piece of armor, but it is used a lot of the time for the free element ammo up that comes on it with 2 points and a level 4 decoration slot to boot. Next we have the Shari Shvalda Coil Beta Plus. Comes with level 2 health boost, which is awesome, and a level 4 and a level 3 decoration slot. And lastly, the Brachydium Greaves Beta Plus, 2 Weakness Exploit, a level 4 and a level 1 and a level 1. Now since the Brachydium Helm and the Greaves are in most of my builds, you can swap these out as long as you can get some of these skills in here. I have Guard up level 5 personally on my Spread Heavy Bowgun build, and I also have Divine Blessing 3. I've also seen some people use the Golden Rathian chest and waist to get Divine Blessing Secret all the way up to level 5, but that really is entirely up to you. I go for level 3 here just because, but if I did slot in Golden Rathian on this, I would definitely go for that level 5 max. Why didn't I actually start with the weapon? So this is the Loyal Thunder. It comes with a 420 attack rating. As you can see, I got some custom mods on there, but I'm going to go over those in just a second here. It's got low deviation, it's got a level 2 decoration slot. Now these are the different types of ammo this can use. You do have some poison and paralysis in there along with sticky, so you can get knockouts, poison, paralysis, and you're actually able to use thunder ammo as well. It comes in at level 3, making it pretty choice for that element. Next, I personally use the Ironside Charm 5. This gives me guard level 5. You could swap this out for anything you deem necessary, especially Razor Sharp, Spare Shot, or something like that. Next I have the Rocksteady Mantle Plus. Mantles can also be swapped out. Rocksteady Mantle is obviously one of the most broken mantles in the game, but for this build specifically, it's very great to reduce monsters' roars and to take less chip damage when you are guarding. Even though you are blocking a lot of the damage, the Rocksteady helps to reduce it, and just is, you know, it's Rocksteady. I mean, come on. Another mantle you can use is the Impact Mantle. Impact is pretty great since you're mostly going to be using Spread, which is basically shotgunning the face over and over and over. And the Impact Mantle can get about 1.5 knockouts per mantle use. It kind of depends. Slotting in Tool Specialist on this build is also very recommended in my eyes. The health booster I do have here is nice because you basically just sit in one spot with this build, especially in solo play. So you pop this down and it's up for a while and you just kind of sit in the health and recovery and stuff. This build would also benefit from skills like peak performance because of this, and health regen augmentation on the weapon. Temporal is not something I actually do recommend because you do just want to sit there and tank it most of the time, but it's up to you. As for decorations on the build, instead of going through all of them, I realized for these videos, I can probably just tell you to freeze the video right here and take a look at what I have. If I were to make some notes though, the spread 3 jewel right here going into a level 4 slot is kind of just unfortunate. We can't get one extra skill in there because we only have that level 3 on all these pieces of armor, but if you can find an armor piece that's like budget for your build or something with a level 3, then you get these 2 spread jewels in there nicely. So like I said, take a second to pause the video and look at the decorations if you need to, but I also have the skills on the right if you want to take a look at that as well. Moving on to the skills specifically, we have Brachidio's Will, level 2, raises the maximum level of the Agitator skill, one of the best offense focused skills in the game in my opinion. Critical Eye level 7 is just be slapped in the face at all times with shotgun shells. Guard level 5, this is dependent on if you want to go offensive or defensive with this build, but guard level 5 and combined with guard up like we have right here is just absolutely, you're just a stone wall. There's no getting past you. This is kind of crucial for the build. I highly recommend having ammo up on actually any bowgun build. Critical boost and weakness exploit, these are a given for such a damaging build like this. We're just literally focused on hitting the face over and over and over and taking our time so that the monster does indeed face toward us. Divine Blessing level 3, this is what's helping with our Rocksteady mantle and is just good for taking chip damage or at least chipping away at the damage we would take. And of course the spread power shots, it only goes up to level 2, but this greatly increases the power of spread ammo, power shot arrows, and Thousand Dragons, though we are just using this for the spread ammo. Fortify is fantastic because if you are playing this build solo and you do happen to get whooped a couple times, if you do happen to die up to 2 times, you'll get a permanent 20% attack and 30% defense for the rest of the quest, which is kind of just broken for solo play, honestly. Special ammo boost is kind of extra in this build. I had 1 decoration slotted in. That will help with Wyvern Heart. This is a Wyvern Heart bowgun, but some of the other bowguns capable of spread, I believe have Wyvern Snipe. I'm not sure which ones. Wyvern Heart isn't really the focus of this build at all. Actually, you probably lose out on DPS, but I mean, come on, look at this. Is this just not Scream fun or what?
The variation you've got there is the belt-fed light machine gun. It was originally designed for use in squad support missions.
As for the mods with this build, you're going to want to go with as much close range up as possible, but while also getting in some shielding action. You're going to have a good mix of close range up mod and shield mods. How many of each you have equipped is up to you entirely and might even depend on the fight. My typical build is I actually only have 1 close range up because I'd rather survive fights and have an easier time with this build rather than just going for pure DPS. So I personally go with 1 close range up, and I also go with 3 whole shield mods. Next we have 1 recoil suppressor. The 1 recoil is specific so that, as you can see there, the spread ammo 3 will go from average recoil down to low, which is the lowest it can get. And so luckily enough, we only need 1 recoil suppressor. So with the actual build out of the way, let's talk about overall why you might want to use this weapon and what makes it so great. So number 1 is that it is a very, very, very fun build that also happens to be overpowered and broken. Number 2 is that you can use it to solo extremely tough fights. I was able to solo Furious Rajang, the tempered version, and Mew is number 1 event quest. It's very great for solo play and multiplayer, as it is capable of other ammo types that's not just spread. You can use cluster, sticky for knockouts, paralysis, and a couple others. The barrier to entry for this build also isn't crazy. I wasn't using super endgame armor as you saw before, and you can also use the Tempered Zinogre event quest that gets you a lot of decorations. You can use that quest to farm decorations and Zinogre materials at the same time to get this heavy bowgun. But like I said before, just overall, this is a stupidly fun build. It's broken, man. It's absolutely broken. And while it can't be used in 100% of fights, it can definitely be used in 90%. And so give it a shot, man. Seriously. But that's gonna do it for today, guys and gals. I know what you're thinking, right? Pretty short for what's usual on Terroriza's channel. But like I said, I'm trying to pump out like a ton of Monster Hunter World content, so I figured I'd keep it short, and especially because it's just 1 build. So with that in mind, just expect more frequent uploads. They might be smaller, but they'll definitely be more frequent because I want to try to keep people engaged, especially because whenever we do get a trailer or something for the next Monster Hunter, I just feel like Monster Hunter World is the game that people are going to want to play before we get that game. But I'm going to cut my monologuing and ranting short here. So all I have to say is thank you guys for watching. This has been Terroriza, and I'll catch you guys and gals soon. Peace.